rooms at his inn. So there were 46 houses in '89. But since then, everyone has agreed, well, we need to phase them out by attrition. So why should we keep talking about this? The stats that I have, bottom line stats, are there are 420 residences today. There were 409 in 1989. Of the 420 today, 44 are long-term rentals, when in '89 it was 139 long-term rentals. 130 are owner-occupied homes today, when it was 167 owner-occupied in 1989. There are 44 vacation rentals today, when there were 46 in 1989. There are 202 summer homes that are vacant most of the year in Mendocino. There were only 31 summer homes back in 1989. We also didn't address the Zone A and the Zone B. If you look at that map, Zone B is across the highway, Zone A is in town. Zone B has 157 residences and only 7 vacation rental homes. That's 78% residential, 22% visitor serving. In Zone A, you have 226 residences and 295 visitor serving. So the majority of the visitors serving are in Zone A. That's never been looked at. That's never been factored in when we talk about town character. Then there's things like there's 4 bed and breakfast inns in town that have illegally converted their rooms that used to be long-term residences into overnight rooms. We lost 22 long-term residences that have become illegal overnight rooms. This goes back and dovetails with the issue you had on before this one today about safe housing, lack of affordable housing, lack of safe housing. These were fabulous long-term rentals that are now being rented out by the night. These are not in Jessica's statistics because she doesn't have the information. And also, I have a list of 44 residences lost that used to be in commercial buildings that are now gift shops. Retail has gone up 51%. Fort Bragg has built, they used to have 600 hotel rooms in 1989. They now have 1,173. They're hurting the Mendocino market because the room rates are so much cheaper in Fort Bragg. Fort Bragg doesn't allow vacation rental homes. And they're taking the brunt of the loss of the long-term rentals. Those people are renting houses in Fort Bragg now and hurting Fort Bragg's market. I would say, let me see. Yeah, 78% of the residential, no. I have a list in the binder of the 46 houses that were in existence in 1989. The number 53, I actually went to each property the other night and discovered they were vacant lots. The ones from when it says 53 and it was supposed to be 46. I looked up each address at the county records and found out they were vacant lots. There wasn't even a house on those lots. So it definitely had to do with McCoskey's Inn. So if the CAC was concerned in 1989 because the balance was 57% residential to 43% visitor, today it's 56% residential to 44% visitor serving. So it's gone up 1%. There are more visitors serving today than there are residential if you go by the boots on the ground survey. I also put in the binder the actual door-to-door addresses of each house from 1989 and from 2008. If anybody has a lot of time, they can look at that. My recommendation is to have some kind of a committee instead of you all trying to figure this out. It's going to be impossible to come up with any methodology where everyone agrees unless someone literally goes door to door like we did. And I'm going to give you one example to pass out. When Jessica did hers, the latest brand new house just built in Mendocino that is called a residence to add to how many residences are in town is now being rented out for $475 a night by one of the hotels. That's supposed to be a long-term residence for someone that lives in town. It's illegally being rented out as a vacation overnight unit for $475 a night. And the code enforcement officer for 20 years has known about all the illegal units in town, does nothing about it. What would happen is we would get back the long-term rentals. If they were told they cannot rent these out by the night, then someone that works in town that wants to be on the volunteer fire department could live in one of these units. So I recommend that you not do anything today except appoint a committee and listen to what the 1992, 99, 2000, and 2001 CACs said. That's to phase out the vacation rentals in the residential zoning.
Thank you. Supervisor Delbar, you had a question?
Well, I did about 10 minutes ago, but I'll wait until.
You wait till, okay.
Hi, Jessica. I'm Barbara Reed. I live in the town of Mendocino. I've lived there for about 35 years. I think we all want to protect Mendocino. I'm going to make my little talk here very short. I spoke last time. One thing, someone mentioned that there has been nothing in the Mendocino Beacon. Here's the editorial last week on the town plan being heard.